Four missing children dominated the headlines. One of them was Leonie Keating, and you may remember we featured the hunt for her killer on our October programme. The bodies of Leonie and two other children were found soon after they went missing, and arrests were made. But there was no trace of the fourth child, 6-year-old Barry Lewis from South London. His whereabouts remained a mystery for 3 months, until December, when his body was discovered in a field in Essex. Tonight, police are disclosing new evidence about the case in the hope that you might help catch Barry's killer. Our reconstruction begins in London at the market close to where he lived. Sunday morning, 15th of September, at East Street Market in Walworth. The stalls were busy with shoppers as usual. Just 200 yards away from the end of the market, at the junction with Dawes Street, Barry was staying temporarily at the house of friends, the Leightons, while his mother was waiting for rehousing by the council. That day, Barry had lunch at the house with Denise Leighton and her children before going out to play with 7-year-old Jackie.
Are you coming out to play? Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm going out in front.
All right then. Ta-ra.
Bye. Bye.
Barry and Jackie went down East Street to Trafalgar House in Bronte Close to play with their friend Michelle. Michelle's mother, Mrs. Ford, kept an eye on them as they played outside the flats. Then Michelle and Barry went up to the flat, leaving Jackie playing downstairs.
Get down from there before you break your neck.
Barry decided to go home, and Jackie went with him to the corner of Bronte Close.
All right, I'll see you later. I'm going home now. Bye.
Barry walked on down Blackwood Street towards East Street. What happened next is a mystery. By 4 o'clock on East Street, the market was gone, and Barry too had completely vanished. For 3 months, nothing was heard of him. Then in December, his body was found in a field 25 miles away. 16th of September, the day after Barry disappeared. On the road known as the Crooked Mile, just outside Waltham Abbey in Essex, a man had run out of petrol. He left his car at the entrance to Travers Piggery. Police have now been able to establish that the boy he was carrying was almost certainly Barry Lewis. He seemed sleepy and listless, but he was alive. The nearest garage, Abbey petrol station, was 3 miles down the road.
What's the can take?
About £2 worth.
Right, I'll pay for it now.
Thank you. Run out of petrol?
Yeah, up a Crooked Mile.
Can you give this man in the child a lift back to his car up the Crooked Mile?
I'm sorry, I'm going the other way, Chingford.
There should be somebody who'll take you.
It's okay. I'll get there.
The man walked a few hundred yards up the Crooked Mile and stood hitchhiking at a junction opposite Lee Valley Nurseries. Seeing the boy and the petrol can, a local man on his way home stopped to help.
Can I give you a lift?
Yeah, please.
Where's your car?
It's in the entrance to a farm, just up the road on the right.
Would it be better to put the child on the back seat?
No, you'd be all right here.
child okay?
He's a bit poorly. He didn't sleep well last night.
The driver noticed that the man seemed edgy and reluctant to talk. He drove him up the road past the pink house at Clapgate Lane.
Here it is. Over there.
The driver took them back to Travers Piggery. He remembers that the man's car was a red hatchback, similar to a Talbot Horizon. It was in a tatty condition.
They managed now.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll be all right now.
Well, Barry's body was found just a mile away 3 months later. Superintendent Hatfull is leading the hunt for his killer. Perhaps you could take us through on the map where the man and boy went that day on the 16th of September.
Yes, the garage is in the centre of Waltham Abbey and is approximately 3 miles away from where the red car was parked and about 1.5 miles away from where the boy's body was eventually found.
Which was near the pink house in Clapgate Lane?
Yes, on the bridle path.
Right. The car seemed fairly distinctive. Do you think he might be still driving that car? The red
There's a
hatchback?
possibility he may still have it. It was a red hatchback car, most probably a Talbot Horizon, described as about 5 to 7 years of age and in a fairly tatty condition.
Now, we saw the man on the film leave the car, and then the next we saw him was walking into Abbey petrol station. Somebody surely must have seen him on that 3-mile route carrying the boy. He must have looked quite conspicuous. Do you think he walked all the way carrying the boy anyway?
No, not only do I believe that somebody saw him, I'm positive somebody picked them up and gave them a lift. I desperately want to trace that motorist and the car that he himself was using when that happened.
What about the petrol station itself? Do you think there were many people there to see him?
Yes, it was a very busy evening in the petrol station, rush hour. We know that there were several other customers getting petrol, and in particular, there was one man who was in fact asked by the petrol attendant whether he could give the man and the boy a lift back along the Crooked Mile, and he declined because he was on his way to Chingford, which is opposite direction. We also desperately wish to find that man.
Right. Now, that incident was 24 hours after Barry had first disappeared. What do you think happened in those intervening 24 hours?
I'm convinced that Barry was certainly alive for 24 hours after he was kidnapped in the hands of his abductor. There's every likelihood that he was kept in that motor vehicle in the Epping Forest or South Essex or Hertfordshire area, and we want anybody who can remember seeing the unlikely of that man with the small boy and the car to come forward and speak to us.
Once again, can we have your description of the man? We have a video fit.
Yes, he was about 30 to 35 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall, normal build. He's described as having a lined face or a wrinkled complexion, more than perhaps his years should show.
And he's a local man, is he?
Every indication from the way he spoke and the way he acted seems to show that he knew that area and he had some local knowledge of places we've mentioned.
Right. Now, it's 4 months since Barry disappeared now. How urgent do you think it is that you find him?
It's vital that we find this man. It was a brutal and callous murder of a small boy by a man who went out looking for his victim, and having found him, I'm positive that he knew what he was going to do to him and how his end would be. I'm absolutely certain we will catch him, not only for what he did to Barry Lewis, but because we have the very real fear that having done this once, he will set out to do it again.
Mr. Hatfull, let's hope that somebody can help. If you can help in any way, please do ring us at Crimewatch on 01 811 8055. Or if you prefer, you can ring police direct at Chingford on 01 529 8666. That's 01 529 8666.